Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah koholoyimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawak, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And you know, this lady right here is the perfect example of women not being in authority. And let's just get the article. Prison warden, now mind you, she's a warden, learns fate for fleeing with convicted murderer who listed her as his partner, right? A female prison warden has been locked up herself for having sex with a convicted murderer who listed her as his partner in his contacts on his smuggled phone. Bro. Rebecca Green, 29. I don't even know how she even got the job, first off, as a woman, but 29. Come on, bro. I'm not saying that you can't. You know, it's some wise 29-year-old brothers and sisters in this truth. Wiser than this shit that she got going on. You know, so, and it's not about age when it comes to this truth as well. So let me clarify that. Because, you know, you can have a 29-year-old elder teaching, or basically a spiritual father, over someone that's 60 years old that comes into this truth after them. Anyway, Rebecca Green, 29, started her fling with John Altegad, October 2022, in the maximum security, Whitemoor. Okay, so this happened over in England. Maybe they got something different going on, but still, it's all the same with women. We've seen it throughout the Americas and anywhere else. When these women are around men like that, they don't use good judgment. Women are not good with being around penises, man. That's why you have so much adultery in the workplace, because you're around some other man. A woman is around some other man after leaving her husband in the morning or whatever. She's around some other man for 8 hours, and you don't think he's not complimenting her, saying shit to her. She looking him up. She might like the smell of his cologne. He might be just that whole look that she likes it to, period. That 6 foot whatever, 6-pack. You know, he's got muscles upon muscles, or whatever the case may be. Or it could just be some other random guy that's just got some game. You know? But the thing of it is if a woman is around a man long enough, she's gonna, you know, have somewhat of some feelings, man. You know, some of them can control it better. I'm not saying that all of them are just gonna, but you know, hey, it happens, and it happens to the best of them. You'd be surprised. The sneakies that's around here, man. I can remember being in the world, man, and you know, you see women and shit be happening, bro. Like, it's not, women are not supposed, they're supposed to be watched over, not fucking being watchers as a fucking warden. You need to be watched over. Anyway, the warden initially denied the illicit fling with the guy who was sentenced in 2012 to serve at least 25 years for murdering a London nightclub bouncer. Look at her. They even got the eyelashes over there. God damn. They got the white chicks over there in England wearing the damn and she could be an Israelite, don't get me wrong, because there are Israelites that look like this. I'll qualify that as well. She could be an Israelite. But anyway. However, investigators then seized her phone and found messages confirming the relationship. Then they found he had a smuggled phone on which Green was listed as his partner under an approved contact list. She pleaded guilty to willful misconduct in public office and was sentenced to 16 months in prison. See that? 16 months? That's nothing, bro. Had this been a so-called black woman, come on, bro. 16 months? What's that, about a year and a half or so? Come on, bro. Let's just get the scriptures on first off on her not usurping. Matter of fact, I'm already here, so I might as well get this one. Psalm 73. Let me start at verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. See? That's the reason why she didn't get that much time. Because that could have been, matter of fact, it was, well, this happened here. This lady, maybe about 2 years or so back, and she fell in love with an inmate. Some, it was a so-called white woman, so-called white dude. I don't know what he was in there for. But ended up, she emptied out her bank account. She went to work that day. She acted like she was transporting this guy. She loaded him into a squad car, and she left with him. They was planning to go and live a whole another life. I don't know how she thought she was going to get away with that shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like, here you go. And she had a nice little bank account. She went and cleaned her shit out. I think she was her mom or something like that was saying she was acting a little differently or whatever. She didn't appear to be the most attractive woman. So he was big game to her. But this chick right here is not attractive. Especially when a woman is not attractive like that. They don't get a whole lot of attention. And when dudes spit to them, you know what I'm saying? They be all in. They do whatever. Now, will I say that's a down ass bitch? Yeah, that was a down ass chick that broke homeboy. Well, she didn't break him out of prison, but she did. They had it on camera and everything. She eased him, got him into a squad car. He sat in the back like, she was transporting him somewhere, and they was on the run. They had to run them down. And ended up it was a shootout or something like that. They ended up killing her and ended up rearresting him. So that lady, she went through all that for a fling that she didn't even get a chance to even get rotted down, because they was on it before unless they pulled over on the side of the road somewhere and he hit her. She didn't even get a chance to even get her little sex appeal on before they gunned her ass down, man. But let me get Psalm 73:5 again. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. So Esau, they're not in trouble like other people. They just, they can do crimes, and a so-called black person do that same crime. You're going to get quadruple 7 times the time, more than likely, man. I know had this been a so-called black woman, first off, I don't even think she would even got no job as no damn warden. Because I ain't never heard of no woman warden like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got women that's in these prisons. We've seen all kinds. You can go online right now. You can pull up all kinds of videos. They getting in trouble by bringing in drugs for these guys. They trying to smuggle in phones. They got a phone stuffed up their damn box, up their cooch. They cutting slits in their uniform pants around their vagina, where they can just bend over it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Where they don't even have to take the uniform off to get banged. He's just sliding right in. Just disgusting, bro. So we talking about just a woman in general, man. The Lord didn't give them wisdom like that. They're not that smart like that. But let me get and this is for educational purposes only, so no copyright. There's music playing in the background. There's somebody across the damn street. I hate motherfuckers be playing just every time they pull up, they just playing some bullshit. Let me see. Let's get 2 Timothy. What's that? No, Salakia. 2 Timothy chapter 2. No, I think it was 1 Timothy. Salakia. I was right. Salakia. 1 Timothy. Yeah, threw me off with that bullshit. Turn that shit off. 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. No woman should, especially not in no setting like that, man. They're supposed to be teaching children or other women how to actually be better women, so to speak. Right? In the Amplified, it says, I do not allow women to teach or exercise authority over a man, but to remain quiet in the congregation. It's like that video that H.I.M was doing maybe a few months back here with this Jake. He's in the prison, and you had this one I don't even know, it was like 3 fucking female correctional officers or whatever, but the one chick, she was trying to get him to do something. He was like, he just wanted to see a sergeant or something like that. And she was like, okay, well, cuff up, trying to act tough, cuff up, telling him to cuff up. He was like, look, man, I just want to see the sergeant. And then she pulled out some shit to spray on him, some pepper spray or whatever the case, man. That's that police shit be strong. That'd be a whole nother mix. You know, but anyway, man, he stomped the shit out of her ass. He beat the shit out of that lady. All you can hear was you know, getting her fucking ass whipped, man. You women don't have no business. Matter of fact, I seen a video today where, matter of fact, the whole damn video was about female cops and how they was fucking up out here. But anyway, it was one, and some of you may have seen that video, but it was a Jake, so-called black man, of course. He got pulled over. They claimed that he ran through a light. You know, he was compliant. He told him right off the jump. It was a female officer and a male officer. He told him right off the jump. He said, I'm armed. You know, I have a, concealed license weapon, whatever. And you could kind of tell it was an Edomite cop. The guy, he was cool about it. He was like, okay, well, damn, man, thanks for being honest. We're gonna just pretty much, get you out of the vehicle. We're gonna, for our safety, whatever. We're gonna take your driver's license. Everything cool. You don't have no warrants or any of that, do you? He was like, nah. You can kind of tell the dude. He was, pretty overall honest. To me, he kind of seemed like it. But, he was like, yeah, well, all right, well, just step out of the vehicle. We're going to search you down. Here come the woman. She comes to, like, bitch, why are you grabbing on him? The man is right there. Why are you searching him? Why are you grabbing on his dick and balls and ass? She comes right along to search the guy and pull the fucking trigger. The gun was on his, because they were supposed to have been pulling it off of his hip. He was like, because the cop asked him, well, where's the gun? He was like, it's on me. So he stepped out of his truck with his hands up. Here she come out, just blowing in. I didn't even see her at first in the video. She blows in. I wish I could play. I know I still got the video because it wasn't that long ago when I was watching it. I could go into the copyright hookup and just show you how stupid this bitch just rolled up. She's searching him and pulled the gun and pulled the damn trigger and shot the man in the fucking leg with his own gun. Right there on why he's being searched, man, on the side of the road. They had to, throw him pull him over to the grass on the curb, you know what I'm saying? Throw a tourniquet on him, try and get an ambulance for him, get him, you know what I'm saying? And she, of course, she got fired. Just looking crazy, because you a woman. Women generally pat down and search the women when they're involved in a crime. The men normally pat down the men and search them when they're involved in the crime. That's the whole reason for it, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Here she comes along, being all aggressive, and pulled the fucking trigger while the guy still had the gun on his hip. That shit went right in his damn calf. Anyway, again, let me get this back again. Verse 12 again. 1 Timothy 2:12. I do not allow women to teach or exercise authority over a man. You shouldn't be over no man. You should be in a fucking kitchen with your man over you. But to remain quiet in the congregation. And that goes for all situations, man. Not saying that a woman can't talk to a man. We're talking about from a standpoint of, it should be very simple. Your words should be few. And you shouldn't even have to even talk to a man. But here in the Americas, in this particular kingdom, that's just the way that it is. But in most cultures, random women are just not talking to random men, man. It's just that's not the case, bro. Here you go, this bitch running a prison, and you can't even control your. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And she looked ghetto as hell. She looked like one of them chicks, man, that they done arrested for sleeping with their dogs, man. She look. Look at this bitch. And she's standing there with this look of, I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. You got a whole relationship. So, hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. So maybe I'm looking at the numbers wrong. Because he was there from 2012, serving a 25 year. Let me see here. Oh, so so it was in 2022. So she would have been 26? No, she would have been 25 when she got the job. Bro, that's crazy work. That's crazy work. How you a fucking warden over a men's prison at that age? There had to have been some nepotism or something, man. Some favors or something. Maybe she was throwing them favors around to get there. She probably was, blowing on some rods and doing a bunch of other shit if she got that job that soon like that. Because that's kind of young for a job like that. I'm not to say that, everybody, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty fairly, that's a young age, man, for somebody to be at a job like that. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna pretty much end out there, man. I just wanted to just touch on it. This is the perfect reason why women should not be in these job settings around men. They shouldn't be in the military. They shouldn't be in construction. You see just this one chick and there's 10 men around. You know, maybe she done broke up with this nigga, got with this nigga, broke up with that nigga, got with this nigga. They all mad at each other, fighting and fussing and shit. Got beef and shit, cause she rod hopping. Come on, bro. This shit is retarded. But hey, again, we can get something out of it. The scriptures is real. The scriptures is true, man. Women should not be around these men like this. So I'm going to end out there. I pray that this lesson was edifying. With that, Kwam Yasha Allah and a Baba Ball.